Microsoft is one of the 5 biggest tech companies in the world, but the harsh truth about Microsoft is they are a terrible tech company. And one of 4 reasons why starts in the early 1990s, when Microsoft was being investigated by the federal government due to doing monopolistic, anti-competitive actions. In 1991, Apple and the San Francisco Canyon Company worked together creating QuickTime for Mac and Windows, a multimedia framework that allows you to materialize various photos, videos, and audio formats, similar to Apple's Photos app today that was released in 1992, which was also the same year Microsoft, Intel, and the same San Francisco Canyon Company worked together on their own version called Video for Windows, or now called Windows Media Player, a scaled down version of QuickTime, but was developed by pirating and illegally using several thousands of code from QuickTime for Video for Windows, which was eventually caught by Apple, who decided to sue Microsoft, Intel, and the San Francisco Canyon Company after repeatedly refusing to stop stealing and using their code, though fortunately was settled in 1997 via making a deal of paying Apple $150 million and bring Internet Explorer to the Mac in an attempt to make them look better, but failed due to Internet Explorer, which was a browser that was released in 1995 as a free browser add-on to Windows 95 and is basically in the app browser competition alongside a paid browser called Netscape. And in part of their defense, they said Internet Explorer was in the same market as Windows, which clearly was false due to it being an app, not an operating system, which makes it even more clear in 1997 as Microsoft used it as an unfair advantage by telling Apple just to promote Internet Explorer in their computers, and that's it, resulting in the death of Netscape. Due to this, the federal government concluded in 2000 that Microsoft is a monopoly, resulting them to be split into 2 companies, though was overturned after an appeal was filed and resulted the browser to no longer be integrated to Windows instead. And despite them almost being split up, they still continued to be anti-competitive today via trying to be where everyone is, alongside having terrible planned executions, which leads to Minecraft. Microsoft bought Minecraft back in 2014 due to its fame, but almost killed it off due to poorly developing the Bedrock version of the game, causing multiple bugs and giving out unnecessary DLCs nobody asked for. And another similar great example is with Skype, after Microsoft bought them for $8.5 billion due to app communication feasibility. Here, in a nutshell, they constantly redesigned the user interface to the point of the users getting confused and hating about it, buggy, and unoptimized for the mobile app, and implementing nonsensical features like emojis, resulting it to devolve to just a messaging app instead of being able to dominate the conferencing market, also resulting it to die due to the rise of Zoom. So, after the Monopoly case and currently continued terrible plan executions, online gaming was becoming a thing. So, Microsoft decided to create Xbox Live, a pay-to-play online service for better experience, and you can have the subscription by paying $10 per month and at most $60 per year. But the thing is, their servers and games were unreliable and buggy, especially at the Xbox Series 10 launch day. And to make matters worse, they still continued doing this practice today with Xbox Live Game Pass and Xbox Live Gold, resulting other gaming companies to implement their own version of pay-to-play online, making things more frustrating, especially for those who are tight on budget and those who play online at an unsupported country. And while at it, the phone market was starting to become popular. So, in 2007, Apple introduced the iPhone, the phone we all know today. But aside from that, Steve Ballmer decided to underestimate the iPhone and not evolve their phones by then, as he said,
and it doesn't appeal to business customers because it doesn't have a keyboard.
When in reality, it does, except it's a touchscreen. Due to this, Microsoft's phone market started to decline. So, they decided to create the Windows Phone 7 in 2010, featuring a Windows 8-like start interface as a home screen with live information and apps being well integrated to its software, including to host a condescending funeral on the iPhone and BlackBerry with King Kong, dances, a funeral van, and a sign saying, "The Windows Phone buries the competition," which is what they think would happen, but failed the first time due to Android being too much more feasible to work work with. So, they decided to partner with Nokia to work on the Windows Phone and release the Nokia Lumia, or what's known as the Windows Phone, in 2011 with minor inconveniences, including terrible software support, failure to attract app developers leading to less apps on their store, and since they released it 4 years late while iOS and Android were on its skyrocket rise, they failed to dominate the market and currently almost took up 0% of its market share. Meaning, the funeral they hosted actually buried the Windows Phone instead of the iPhone and BlackBerry and got karma'd for underestimating the iPhone. Speaking of underestimating the iPhone, here are 2 videos about what happened to the iPhone 14 mini and how Steve saved Apple, and I'll see you there.